Nobody warns you that growing up feels like being scammed. You spend your teens and early 20s thinking that one day you'll feel like a real adult, confident, put together, knowing what you're doing. Instead, you hit your late 20s and realize you're just a confused kid with bills, pretending to have it figured out while secretly Googling how to be an adult at 2 a.m. The biggest lie they tell you? That growing up means growing into yourself. The truth? It feels like everyone got a manual for life, except you. Here's what I wish someone had told me about the realities of getting older, starting with the biggest myth we all believe. Number 1, the myth of having it all figured out. My friend, here's what they don't tell you. Life doesn't suddenly click. There's no magical moment at 25 or 30 when the anxiety disappears and confidence downloads like a software update. You just get better at carrying the uncertainty, at functioning despite not having all the answers. Everyone around you seems to have cracked some secret code. Your college friends are getting engaged, buying houses, getting promoted, while you're still using the same IKEA furniture from freshman year and wondering if you're adulting wrong. But here's the secret: nobody admits. We're all just really good actors. That friend who seems so put together, they Googled how to negotiate salary 5 minutes before their meeting. That couple with the perfect relationship, they had a fight about dishwasher loading techniques last Tuesday. The myth is that everyone else figured it out and you're the only one still improvising. The truth is that improvisation is the plan. We're all just making educated guesses and hoping for the best. Number 2, the career comparison trap. Let me tell you about the most toxic game you'll play in your 20s, LinkedIn Olympics. You'll scroll through updates about promotions, new jobs, and excited to announce posts while sitting in your pajamas, wondering if you peaked in college. I spent months comparing my behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Sarah got promoted to marketing director while I was still figuring out if I even liked marketing. Mike started his own consulting firm while I was Googling, is it normal to cry at work bathrooms? Here's what changed my perspective. I started asking different questions. Instead of, why am I so far behind? I asked, what do I actually want my day-to-day to look like? Instead of, when will I be successful? I asked, how do I define success for myself? Your career isn't a race, it's not even a ladder. Sometimes it's more like a jungle gym. You climb sideways, backwards, sometimes you fall off and have to start over, and that's not failure, that's exploration. The people posting about their dream jobs, half of them are miserable but afraid to admit it. The ones sharing their entrepreneurial wins, they're not posting about the 3 a.m. anxiety attacks or the ramen noodle dinners. I'm about to share the realization that completely shifted how I think about my own timeline. But first, you need to understand why that voice in your head is so damn loud. Number 3, the exhaustion nobody warns you about. No one warns you that you don't feel older. You just feel tired. Not regular tired, but existentially tired. Tired in your bones, tired in your soul, tired of pretending you have it together when you're still Googling how to adult at 2 a.m. People will say, oh, you just need better sleep habits. I could sleep for 12 hours and still wake up emotionally jet-lagged from a dream where I failed a presentation I haven't even given yet. The tiredness isn't physical. It's the weight of expectations, both your own and everyone else's. It's decision fatigue from choosing what to eat for breakfast, what to wear, what to say in that work meeting, what to do with your life, all before 9 a.m. Here's the kicker they don't tell you. The hardest part of getting older isn't the responsibilities or the bills. The hardest part is mourning the version of yourself you thought you'd be by now. You know that version. The successful, confident, financially stable, emotionally intelligent you. The one who meal preps, has a skincare routine, and actually understands cryptocurrency. That version who seemed so achievable when you were 21 and everything felt possible. But instead, here you are at 1:30 a.m., eating cereal for dinner while scrolling through Instagram, wondering why everyone else seems to have figured out the secret to being human. Number 4, the social media reality check. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Social media is ruining your perception of normal. You're comparing your real life, messy apartment, existential crisis, questioning your career choices, to everyone else's carefully curated moments. That friend posting from Bali, they're not showing you the food poisoning or the credit card debt. The couple with the perfect relationship photos, you don't see them arguing about who forgot to buy toilet paper. I realized this when I posted a photo from a work event where I looked confident and professional. What I didn't post, I had a panic attack in the bathroom beforehand and spent the entire night feeling like an imposter. Social media shows you the highlight reel, not the blooper reel. Everyone's struggling with something, but we've created this culture where showing struggle feels like admitting failure. Let me tell you, the most liberating thing I ever did was start treating social media like a movie trailer. Entertaining, but not the full story. Your behind the scenes is always going to look messier than everyone else's final cut. Speaking of getting behind the scenes, I recently launched YouTube memberships, and it's a way for us to connect a bit more directly. Members get things like priority replies and can even pitch in ideas for future content. If that sounds fun, I'd be honored to have you on board. Just hit join below. Number 5, the friendship evolution nobody prepared you for. Here's something nobody prepared me for. Adult friendships are hard work, like job level hard work. Your social circle naturally contracts, and it's not because you don't care, it's because everyone's drowning in their own life. Remember when you used to spend hours on the phone with friends talking about nothing? Now scheduling a coffee date requires the coordination skills of a military operation. Let's hang out becomes, how's 3 weeks from Thursday looking? And somehow that feels normal. The friends who matter in your late 20s are the ones who understand when you disappear for a month because life got overwhelming. They're the ones who can pick up conversations like no time passed, who text you random memes at 2 a.m., who show up when you're falling apart even if they're falling apart too. Quality over quantity becomes your friendship philosophy, but that doesn't make it easier when you realize you've grown apart from people who used to know everything about you. I learned that friendship maintenance is like plant care. Some relationships need daily watering, others thrive with minimal attention. The trick is not killing the low-maintenance ones by overwatering them with guilt. Number 6, the reality of time. Let me hit you with something that might sting. You don't have unlimited time to figure it out. One day, you'll do something for the very last time without realizing it. The last spontaneous road trip before you became someone who checks gas prices and plans bathroom stops. The last time you could eat pizza at midnight without feeling it for 3 days. The last time you felt that pure, uncomplicated excitement about the future. And what really gets you isn't the big stuff. It's walking through Target and seeing a snack you haven't had since college, and suddenly you're overwhelmed by the realization that you can't go back. That carefree version of you exists only in memories now. But here's the flip side. You can choose. Every single day, you can choose to stop abandoning yourself. You can choose to stop living like you're constantly running out of time to become someone else entirely. You can choose to be present with the weird, messy, still figuring it out version of you that exists right now. Not the version you think you should be, but the one you actually are. I'm really curious about your experience with this. Have you felt that shift where maintaining friendships became this complicated dance of schedules and energy management? What's the longest you've gone between talking to a close friend, and did it change the relationship? I think we all have those friendships that exist in this weird limbo now. Number 7, life as a choose-your-own adventure book. Here's your perspective shift. Life isn't a ladder with clear steps to success. It's more like a choose-your-own adventure book where half the pages are missing and you're making up the story as you go. Sometimes you're the hero of your story, sometimes you're the comic relief, sometimes you're that character who makes questionable decisions that advance the plot in unexpected ways. The worst part, you think you're behind some invisible schedule. Behind what? Behind who? Nobody handed out a life timeline at graduation. We're all just improvising with different resources and coping mechanisms. Let me tell you, nobody really knows what they're doing. Some people are just better at pretending they do. The ones who seem most confident, they're Googling how to be an adult just as much as you are. The story I'm about to tell you completely changed how I view my own struggles and mistakes. It might change how you see yours too. Number 8, the cracked pot revolution. Here's a story that broke my brain in the best way. Imagine you're carrying 2 water pots every day, one perfect, one cracked that leaks the entire journey home. For months, you feel like the cracked pot is useless, failing at its one job, until someone points out the flowers growing along the path where the cracked pot walked. Every drop it spilled watered seeds that bloomed into something beautiful. That's you. Your struggles, your detours, your I have no idea what I'm doing moments. They're not failures. They're you unknowingly watering things you didn't realize needed watering. The people you've helped because you understood their struggle. The authenticity you bring because you've been lost too. The empathy you have because you know what it feels like to feel broken. Your cracks aren't bugs, they're features. They make you human, relatable, real, in a world full of people pretending to be perfect. Number 9, what getting older actually means. So yeah, getting older means more bills, more decisions, more weird conversations about insurance and retirement funds you can't afford to contribute to. But it also means more chances to show up for yourself. It means learning that rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance. That boundaries aren't selfish, they're survival. That healing isn't becoming someone completely new, it's remembering who you were before the world told you who you had to be. It means realizing you can miss your college days and still be excited about your future. You can feel grateful and disappointed simultaneously. Contradiction doesn't mean confusion, it means you're complex and alive. It means finally learning to say, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying my best with the information I have. And sometimes that's not just enough. It's everything. Number 10, the beautiful mess of becoming. If you're watching this at some ungodly hour, scrolling through everyone else's curated happiness while wondering why you feel so empty, this is your reminder that you're not alone, you're not late, and you're not failing. You are becoming. And becoming isn't some Instagram-worthy transformation montage. It's messier than that. Becoming looks like crying in your car after a bad day and then going to get groceries anyway. It's saying no to plans that drain you, even though you've always been the yes person. It's eating the same lunch 3 days in a row because that's what you can handle, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes becoming means washing one dish and calling it a victory. Sometimes it means admitting you're struggling, not for sympathy, but because pretending is exhausting. The beautiful truth is that you're doing better than you think. You're not behind some cosmic timeline. You're on your own path, moving at your own pace, sometimes creating the path as you walk it. That's not failure. That's courage most people will never recognize or celebrate, but I see it and it matters. Your 20s aren't about having it all figured out. They're about figuring out what questions are worth asking, what battles are worth fighting, and who you want to become, not who you think you should be. If you found this video helpful, this next video right here will take you even further. Your choice, your life, start now.